So God of War is coming to PC, the Ragnarok one, the Ragnarok God of War, that one. I'm just gonna start over, that was terrible.
Marker.
So God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC in September. That's next month. Jesus Christ, that was fast. But September 19th is when God of War Ragnarok launches on PC, and I for one am very excited to not play that and instead keep playing the God of War trilogy on my good old-fashioned PS2 emulator. But never mind that. Sony released the PC specs for the Ragnarok port, and while the GPU and CPU requirements seem reasonable enough, a lot of people, myself included, are kind of bracing themselves for a complete dog water PC port because of this. 190 gigabytes for this thing.
That's quite big.
Why does that scream bad port to me? Well, just going off of established history with many AAA games nowadays, a general rule of thumb is that if you don't give a shit about file compression, there's probably other things that you don't give a shit about. So brace yourself, kids. I have a gut feeling this one's gonna be rough. But I mean, completely unsurprisingly, the reveal of the PC requirements and just the general hyping of the PC port that Sony's been doing the last few days has been quite triggering to some individuals that still hold on to PlayStation exclusivity as some badge of honor, even though they had nothing to do with the games being created or sold in the first place. I still don't know what it is about PlayStation exclusives that make people so vitriolic, because like they're generally fine, I guess. The way people bang on about them all day, you would think that they would suck your entire penis off with a straw every single time you turned on the game, but really all they do is just hold forward and press X sometimes, and then eventually there will be combat where you press buttons at a moderate pace in the general direction of the enemies, and one way or another the enemies will be gone. Like, I'm sure plenty of people enjoy these games. There's obviously a market for these kinds of games, but just I don't know where all of the gigantic, like, life-altering praise for these games comes from. That's just me, though. But obviously, when you have such an inflated opinion of these games, you also have an inflated sense of, like, personal insult when they go to a platform that doesn't have a Sony logo on it. So welcome to yet another episode of PlayStation Fanboys on Twitter being complete idiots about a PC port. Starting with Goat Gaming, who says, "You promised this would never go to PC." Except no, they didn't promise that. They just called the game a PlayStation exclusive because it was a PlayStation exclusive. They never promised you that it would always be a PlayStation exclusive. You weren't bamboozled, things just changed. There was a time when The Empire Strikes Back was chronologically the second Star Wars movie. It's not anymore, so nobody calls it that anymore. You weren't lied to when they told you Empire was the second chronological Star Wars movie, because at the time, it was. And then things changed. Sony did not promise you or lie to you about the game always being on PlayStation, or the game never going to PC. They never promised you anything. They simply called it a PlayStation exclusive while it was one. That's all. And these are all in response to the official PlayStation account, by the way. The official PlayStation account posting this. These are all going to be responses to this, because wow, I'm amazed we're still doing salt like this. At my2capsbiatch, okay, says, "Dang, they really do just be porting their exclusives to PC now, starting to feel I should have spent the money on a PC than a PS5. Yes, if you bought an entire gaming platform because of a handful of exclusives, that was on you. That was a bad decision. Platforms should be enticing you with the actual traits of the platform, not by holding pieces of art hostage. How good is the hardware? How good are the services? How good are the subscriptions? Stuff like that. You shouldn't be buying entire platforms based on the publisher having enough money to shell out for an exclusive game with big marketing. If exclusives going to other platforms makes you think you shouldn't have committed to the platform you committed to the platform for the wrong reasons, and it's on you." Ron Jasper says, "Stop porting our games to this trash platform. Where is PlayStation Showcase?" So PC is a trash platform, but you're also asking where the PlayStation Showcase is, presumably because your platform isn't really giving you anything. Do I have that right? PC's the trash platform, but in the same breath, we're admitting that PlayStation's not doing too hot? Okay. That bold strategy, Cotton. Your Humor Babe says, one and the only best game in PS5 is now on PC too. Sad. Don't play this game or else you will switch to PS5.
Hello, fellow American. This you should vote. Me. I leave power. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Ruby says, Big L. This should be an exclusive. It already was not. It's been on PS4 and PS5 from day one. But if you're trying to say that it should be a PlayStation exclusive, I have a one-word question for you. The word is why. Why should it be an exclusive? What purpose does that serve? Oh, it gets more people buying a PlayStation instead of other platforms. Why do you care about that, though? That doesn't affect you. That affects Sony and only Sony. You want a game to be exclusive because you want Sony to have more money so Sony can, I guess, sit on it? Genuinely, why should this game be exclusive? There's no reason for it to be. There's no reason for any game to be exclusive unless it literally cannot technically run on a platform. Exclusivity is stupid and it doesn't benefit you in the slightest. Why are we still defending it? I thought we were all on board with exclusivity basically being on its way out at this point in the gaming industry. Exclusivity is getting a lot less popular, and I thought we were all on the same page about that being a good thing. Big Boss 69 nice says, I'm severely disappointed in you guys porting to PC. Well, I'm sure that will change everyone's mind. You're severely disappointed they're porting to PC. I'm disappointed in you, Sony. You can't do this to me. You know how much I sacrificed! This next comment is not a PlayStation fanboy. It's a PC player, but I'm going to put it on screen because I like this one, and I agree with this one. It says, 190 gigabytes, what the fucking fuck? Are you actually being serious? Who the fuck has done this port? Yup. Hello, I'm interrupting this video to remind you that this channel is sponsored by 4D Gaming. If you would like a really nice mousepad, go to 4dgaming.com and use code Joe for a discount. This channel is also sponsored by Glitch Energy. It's basically G Fuel, but better, so go to Glitch Energy and use code Joe for a discount. Thank you for letting me interrupt your content. I'll let you keep watching it now. Yasmov says PS5, the first Sony console that have 0 exclusive games, and it is definitely the last one I bought. Again, Ragnarok wasn't a PS5 exclusive to begin with. It launched on the PS4. This was literally never a PS5 exclusive. What are you on about? PlayStation Planet says PC can have me when it earns me. I won't say it. 6i says, I'll never accept Sony PlayStation throwing away its exclusives for PC. It's only going to devalue PlayStation consoles more, shrug. Be careful, you going to regret it, facepalm. It's a big mistake, bull. I call that emoji the bull emoji because it's like, you know, in all the cartoons, the bull will like blow a bunch of wind out of its nose. So I just call this emote the bull emote. I'm so quirky and random. Do you want to hear me talk about emotes? But tell me, if you think that Sony going to PC devalues the PlayStation, what do you have to say about Sony forcing PSN accounts into basically all of its PC games going forward? What do you have to say about the PC basically being used as a platform for Sony to cheese their PSN user counts to investors? They're not concerned about devaluing the PlayStation. It seems like you already did that for them. If they thought the PlayStation base was more valuable, they wouldn't be going to the PC at all now, would they? Dick Just says, why are you throwing bones to the dogs? Keep them hungry. Why do you want a hungry dog near you? Like, this is literally the opposite of the expression. You throw the dog a bone to keep them on your good side. You throw the dog a bone so the dog doesn't get mad at you. You're literally using the opposite of the expression. Because if you keep a dog hungry, you're either going to get bitten by the dog, or the dog's just going to be sad and you're a raging asshole who's mean to dogs. What are you trying to prove here? I'm actually not so sure how well Ragnarok's going to do on PC. It's going to be a top seller for sure, but like, I'm interested to see how Ragnarok does compared to, say, God of War 2018 on PC. 2018 did great on PC. but a lot of stuff has happened since then. Ragnarok wasn't received as well as 2018, just for starters, and now there's some added animosity between Sony and the PC community because of Sony trying to force PSN accounts and doing the whole Helldivers 2 fiasco. PC gamers don't have the highest opinion of Sony right now, and they already blew the God of War hype load on 2018's PC port, so it's not like the franchise is debuting on this platform, and this is going to be launching for presumably $60, which is more than 2018 launched for. So I actually am not so sure how Ragnarok's going to do on PC compared to 2018. I'm very interested to see how this plays out. But if you're still complaining about PlayStation games going to PC, if you're still whining about that, fucking keep whining about it. Keep whining about it. I like making these videos, people like watching them. Keep whining about it. Okay, toodles.